Have you ever kicked it with Diddy in Miami?
Yes, I kicked it with Diddy on Star Island for sure. Um, One time I kicked it with Diddy, and this one,
What's up? It's Outer Space Man. Young Chopper goes crazy and he detailed what he saw at Diddy's house. He said that he actually attended the free course before. So this ninja know what was going on, man. All of these ninjas be getting freaky at Diddy's house. That is where all of the freaks come out at night. That is the shit. But it is what it is, man. You need to watch a full video. Let's get it.
you heard me. They was trying to bring me back on Bad Boy. He brought me to Star Island. And he let me see the house, and I'm walking through the house, and he went from showing me the house to me just it's so paused. It was so the house was so big. I started walking around myself. Just I was amazed. When I'm when I'm walking, you heard me. I walk into this room. You heard me. I walk into this room, and I've seen all types of what'd you call it? Dominatrix looking shit. Dildos and sex toys and all types of weird shit. I was in my head, like, to be honest with you, I didn't at this time I was green yet, so I wasn't thinking it was like Diddy's room. I thought it was more like Diddy be like bringing girls over and just doing all types of crazy shit. But knowing what I know now, so freak. Yeah, so yeah, I've been to his house in Star and I seen dildos, sex toys, and all types of weird shit in there. Definitely. But it was I wasn't supposed to just be wandering around there anyway. So I'm not gonna blame that on Diddy. I'm gonna blame it on myself, you heard me? Cause I ain't belong just exploring around there, you dig? So what you see is what you see if you're, not invited to walk in the place where ain't nobody asked you to walk into. But I definitely seen sex toys and all types of whips and dominatrix and baby Earl and all that type of shit. Definitely. 100%. Definitely. That plagued my mind a little bit. That was one of the first things that I seen that kind of got me like red flag. Truthfully, you heard me? But yeah, I definitely seen that. 100%. Yeah.
Wow. And you thought it was a red flag when you seen all that.
I did. I thought it was a red flag because I seen dildos. You did? When I seen dildos, like pause, big dicks and shit. I don't know, bro. Yeah, I thought it was a red flag, but I thought in my mind, I thought that it was just like a room where Diddy be like, holes at. I thought he was just like that much of a superstar, that much of a rock star that, you can have a room towards you just do all types of crazy shit to women. And you get older, and then you find out that it was way more than what you thought it was. Diabolical.
Right.
Freak.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Definitely crazy. Facts, though. All facts. Facts.
Man, Diddy's a diabolical type of ninja. He got a room with dildos, baby oil, whip, all type of freaky shit, man. This ninja was on some real freaky timing. He got a store in his house just for sex toys. So a lot of people been saying that Diddy was gay, he's bisexual. Diddy was doing all type of freaky shit at his house, man. He was really out of control. And all of these celebrities were at the freak off because they were living their best life. They take cocaine, they take meth, they fly in prostitution. This is what they do in Hollywood. They get freaky every minute, every second, and every chance that Puff Daddy can get to get some booty, he's gonna do that shit. He's gonna scramble and scrape for shit every second and every chance that he get. So we had to hold this ninja accountable, man. He was really out of control. This ninja was putting drugs in baby oil. That was just so diabolical. Who the hell does that? Man, P. Diddy is the most freakiest ninja I ever known. This story and all of these allegations are just crazy. And Diddy always be sexually assaulting guys. This ninja was really on some real freaky timing. So I understand that a lot of people are saying that Diddy clap a lot of these rappers' cheeks just because they want to be rich and famous. Because they said that Diddy turned out Usher, and Usher turned out Justin Bieber. This is what the industry is about. It is about grooming. If you wanted to be on top, you have to do something. That's why Clive Davis was Diddy's sugar daddy. He paved the way so that Diddy can own Bad Boy and make all of those money and be a billionaire. So Diddy had to do something, man. He had to open his asshole and his mouth so that he can reach on that type of level. Or you have to sell your soul. You have to do some shit, man, so that you can be accepted. But this video is just crazy, man. You need to watch a full video, man. This shit wild. Let's get it.
And mind you, I didn't look at it at that point like, you know, looking at Diddy like he's just this old UFO freakazoid. I just looked at it like that's, you know, he just got a room with that. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But I didn't belong like walking around all them places because no one invited me to do all that. I just wanted to see it myself. And so when I seen it, I was like, oh, I'm not going to cap. I said, oh, and I walked in the room, you know what I mean? I just looked around. I was like, oh, this shit look crazy. And I walked out and went and mind my business. So yeah, that was my Star Island moment with him for sure. Never seen that room again, honestly. Never seen that room again. Big old facts.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I remember Cameron said in the interview before that Mace, he brought him over with Puffy House and he seen a dildo in his sink.
For real? For real? I ain't heard of that one. Pause. Now you know I ain't lying. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it G. You heard me? I'm keeping it G. So that's what I seen. I seen dildos. You know, like girls be having like the little small dildos. Pause. Them bitches was huge. You did. Was big. Man, Digos, you heard me? Yeah. Big old facts. Big. Oh, pause. Big facts though. You heard me? Facts, bro. Yeah. Red flag.
You personally, you think he was using them toys on females or he was indulging in it?
Heavens no. I definitely know Diddy was indulging with that. I just don't know who he was indulging in that with. You did? That's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't know. I don't think it was just females though. Knowing what I know now. It was definitely Diddy's thing. I tell you that. Yeah. Shout out to Diddy. Shout out to him. Knowing what I know now, yeah, Diddy was cutting up. He was definitely cutting up. He's a different type of brother. I'll tell you that. He's a different brother. Yeah.
I remember in the last interview we did, you was telling me how you went to some of the freakos. Was they offering you drugs?
It was a lot of drugs around. I mean, like going to the freak off, I remember, imagine, people call it the freak offs. I just call it VIP parties. You dig? I think the freak off talk is just a bigger, they're trying to chump up a word to make Diddy look like a monster. From what I experienced, I wouldn't call it a freak off. I would just call it an elite VIP party. But one time, you heard me, drug wise on topic. One time I'm riding with him and the security and probably like two girls, you heard me. And he whipped out a bag of powder and tooted that bitch up and like try to reach back and like pass the powder, pass it to me. And I looked at it, you know, I'm from the ghetto, you heard me? So I'm used to, you know, seeing junkies on drugs and you dig with that one drug song that you dig, and that traumatized me as a kid, you dig. So I always said to myself, you know, I won't ever do no drugs, especially no hard drugs, because I know the after effect of what that come with. But when he reached back and just was like, whoever wanted, and he was like, you want this chop? No, he called me City. He was like, you want this City? So I grabbed it, you dig, and I put my finger in it and I tasted it, and that tasted disgusting. So I was like, I would never put this in my nose. So I just passed it to the girls and they just started tooting up. And that was on our way going to one of the parties. Big old facts. So that was my only experience with Diddy with drugs, like firsthand. But besides that, you heard me, like in the parties, definitely just drugs everywhere, 100%. And it was up for grabs for anybody who wanted it. But that was my experience with Diddy with the drugs firsthand. Go on our way to one of those places. Yeah, facts. Did it? And mind you, I didn't really, you heard me? I didn't really like on making the band, when we was doing the band and the cameras was on, you heard me? It was none of that. Diddy was very professional. Everything was just businessman, shrewd businessman. But when I signed the Bad Boy South and the cameras was off, then everything went like, it was like lions in the jungle for sure. It was like apes and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. That's when he just started letting himself go, letting himself loose. And that's when I realized it was two sides of Diddy. You have the entrepreneur Diddy, and then you have this animal, and I don't want to say animal as like this bad guy, but like this party animal towards like party like it's 1999 type guy, like anything goes, and you only got YOLO type guy, you dig? So you realize being around him is two sides to him, and depending on if he's on business mode or if he's on party mode, it's the personality and characteristic that you get from him at that moment. So you just got to be on your game of knowing, his Jekyll and Hyde. If that make any sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, big old facts though. That was my experience.
I heard y'all got an endorsement from that cheesecake situation. Is that true?
Actually, we did. Shout out to Juniors, you heard me? Shout out to Juniors, you heard me? Because for the rest of my life and our life, we can always go there and eat for the rest of our life. They gave Diddy a bag, but Diddy didn't give us the money. They actually did the deal with Diddy, but Diddy didn't give us $1. So he utilized us to get an endorsement with Juniors, you heard me? And ain't give us $1. So yeah, we had an endorsement, but we never got nothing from the endorsement. Rape Records, huh? That's Diddy for you. Yeah, so we had an endorsement, you heard me, but we just never got compensated for the endorsement. Diddy did.
And y'all can get free food from there?
Yeah, we can get free food for the rest of our life there in Brooklyn. Juniors, you heard me? But we never was able to get compensated for the situation, for the Cheesecake Walk that they actually compensated Diddy and Bad Boy with, but we just never got nothing from it. Yep. Ain't it, bruh?
Yeah, they ain't cool. They did y'all dirty, man.
Yeah, that you got an endorsement, but you don't get money from the endorsement. And they got money for the endorsement, and we got nothing besides we can eat there for the rest of our life. Ain't do nothing but sit us there like some golfers. I hated that shit. I really did. To this day, I still think about that. That's my only regret. You heard me on Making the Band is I wish I never walked for that cheesecake. But I was young, so I wasn't thinking like I'm finna go walk 4 hours there, 4 hours back. I wasn't thinking that way. I was just thinking we going down the street to get a cheesecake. But Lord have mercy, did we make history with that one? Then we mighty. I came back with blisters on my toes. I was hurt. Ooh, I was sick. We all was sick. Say, bro, we was so sick, and this was Sarah was talking about in a lawsuit. When we came back, he put us in a hotel together, and we all practically slept on the floor in the bed together. Women and men. So that part right there, Sarah was right about that, because that's exactly what he made us do. You heard me when we came back from the Cheesecake Walk. He made us all lay in we had a room with 2 beds, and the girls and the guys, we all was so tired, bro. We all just lay next to each other. That was, you heard me. That's also that was in Sarah's lawsuit, that Diddy made us lay in beds together. And you know, by law, you're not supposed to do that with men and women. But he made it. We laid in the bed together. We were so tired. That wasn't the only time though. It was buku other times. And the hazing part of Making the Band, that he made us lay in the beds together. Facts.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But to go back to the Junior situation, have you been there since then?
Yeah, I've been there before. They treated me like a rock star. You know, they did everything right. They got us, like when you walk in Juniors, you heard me, like our pictures is everywhere. So 100%, I went there. They treated me like a rock star, the utmost hospitality. I don't blame them. They did what they were supposed to do. I blame the Bad Boys. I don't even know if I say blame. I don't blame nobody for nothing. But I don't appreciate how Bad Boy went about that. Because juniors, you heard me, they had nothing to do with anything. They just did what they thought was best. And since we walked, over there and went through all that on MTV, they did the right thing by showing us the utmost respect, love, gratitude, and appreciation. It's just the Bad Boy situation that didn't compensate us for doing that, even though they had the endorsement with them. Yeah. So yes, to this day, for the rest of my life, all of us.
If I'm not mistaken, I heard that Orlando Brown, he used to be at your house in Vegas.
Shout out to Damone. Damone, you heard me? He was a good friend of mine from Los Angeles, California. He did Making the Band with us. He made it, he didn't make the band, but he made it to the house. So we went from hundreds of thousands of people to the house. Within the house, it was about 15 people. You heard me? Damone was one of those people from the West Coast. He was rest in peace to him. He was a fire spitter. You heard me? I feel like he should have made the band lyrically. But I was good friends with him, kept a rapport with him after making the band and all this here. I ended up moving to Vegas in like 2012. Courtesy, like after I got shot and recovered, I ended up moving to Vegas. Damone ended up moving to Vegas. And Damone was tight with Orlando Brown. Him and Damone was hustling and doing, not street hustling, but they was rap hustling, doing music together and everything. Damone was basically like Chop. Me and Orlando Brown, we in this hotel, these suites, and kind of running low on funds. He was like, can we come over there and can I talk to you? And I'm like, yeah, all right. I love Damone, you heard me? So he came over there with Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown, he's a different character, dog. He came over to the house. He was very respectful. He wouldn't stop fucking talking. He was very talented. He's definitely a UFO. He's definitely an alien. Very talented dude. He just, our chemistry just wasn't it. I looked at him damn near like I wanted to beat him up. But yet it's still, he make it towards, he make you laugh, and he start joking with you, ribbing you. He's a funny guy, but yeah, he make you want to beat him up at the same time. So I'm like, Damone, here, take this little money, go ahead and extend your rooms. I'm gonna see you, but I can't kick it with. But yet and still, he was a good, Orlando was a good dude, nice dude, humble dude, yet crazy and won't stop talking. And you can't tell him he ain't the shit. And I like that about him. I like his confidence, because he's really actually a talented person. He just kind of talk himself out of things, you did? Because I would have had no problem, you heard me, letting them come live at the spot for a while, because I had a big ass house with buku rooms that was empty anyway, that was just laced up with bedroom sets and TVs everywhere. So I had no problem with them coming to live. It's just, I don't know, he didn't rub me the wrong way. I just couldn't get jiggy with him. But shout out to him, and even looking at him out here now, I'm definitely proud of him. And one thing about him, he stayed firm with who he was. And to me, it's two types of crazes. It's superstar crazy and it's just crazy. And I think Orlando Brown is a superstar. That's crazy. And shout out to him. But yeah, that he definitely came to the crib, and he's definitely talented. He's just a Looney Tune. And rest in peace to Damone. Big old facts. Shout out to Orlando Brown. I want to make love to you. Whoa. Huh?
What were some of the things he did that made you want to fight him?
Orlando Brown, I don't know. It ain't what he did, you heard me, it's how he did it. It ain't what he said, it's how he said it. And I'm not really the type of person that can really tolerate someone, just talking a certain way. You dig? And he have no filter. That's what it was. He had no filter. He just had no filter, and I just couldn't take him. I wanted to beat him up, and then the next second he had me joked out, and the next second I wanted to beat him up, and the next second I'm laughing again. So that was too conflicting and confusing to me. So he had to get out. That's all it was. Rest in peace to Damone, and shout out to Orlando. But he was too confusing to me, Art. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's too confusing. But talented brother for sure.
Why you call him a UFO?
Because he's an alien. He give me Kanye vibes, the non Kanye vibes. You know, he do things to get a kick out of things, and some people play that you know, and some people don't. I'm not the type of person that kind of playing too much. He played too much, and I wasn't with that. You heard me? I didn't know him for him to play like how he was playing in the house. You know, kicking his feet up on some old Charlie Murphy, Rick James, having his feet everywhere and doing all types of shit. Getting on my pool table and drawing the balls everywhere and shit. I wasn't with all that shit. This is my house. What is you doing, little daddy? You heard me? So he was doing what he thought he was doing what he wanted to do in my house for the time he was there. And I kind of just wanted my house. But yet I still respected him and thought he was cool and talented. But I wanted my house. That's all it was. I couldn't get jiggy with him.
That's wild. I had no idea y'all knew each other, man. But speaking of houses, right? I heard that 2 Chainz, he used to let you stay at his house, right?
Oh yeah, all right. So shout out to 2 Chainz, you heard me, is because I always had a rapport with him, and he wasn't 2 Chainz at this time. He was Titty Boy. You know, so Titty Boy, who is 2 Chainz now, he took a liking to me. This before he ended up rocking with Wayne and doing everything with everybody else. But he always had like a liking to me. So every time I seen him, it was always love. And this was the first season of Making the Band. And he was just always cool, bruh. Him and LaFate, you know, LaFate was a great friend of mine. The whole DTP, they always took a liking to me. And I could have honestly signed with Shaka Zulu and Ludacris with DTP. But Titty Boy was like the coolest guy to me. And at times, I'd be in the A, and I really ain't have money like that, to be honest with you. I just didn't make it a band, and I really didn't have money like that. I was just happy that people are recognizing me. So I'm kind of going everywhere, getting the drill of kind of being known. And sometimes I ain't have money, and I come out here with nothing, and he'll practically let me stay at his house. Not even that. He treated me like a little brother. He ain't let me just stay at his house. He used to give me gear, Jordans and clothes, and go shine, go make. You heard me? So shout out to Titty Boy, aka 2 Chainz, for always showing me love and hospitality in Atlanta, Georgia.
Man, Young Chopper goes crazy. Man, this shit wild. So when you're gonna say that Diddy is a freaky dude, this ninja was really out of control, because no way you got a room with all of these sex toys. What was this ninja really planning to do, man? I would have been scared to go to Diddy's house, because all of those gays allegation, all of the bisexual allegation that we've been hearing about this ninja, I would have never go there. So I understand that a lot of people are saying that he's a freaky dude, and Orlando Brown is a weird ninja as well. All of these ninjas weird to me, because you said that you attend all of his freak off, you attend some of his freak off. What happened at those freak off, man, that everyone want to go to Diddy party? What is so interesting? But all of the celebrities always be saying that they leave early. So someone is definitely lying about the Diddy parties, man. Because these ninjas be wildin', be astrogliding in that shit. A lot of baby oil, a lot of these dudes be talking all type of sick shit on the internet, man. But Diddy, I don't think Donald Trump is so foolish to give Diddy a pardon. And R. Kelly is trying to get a pardon as well. I don't think Donald Trump is gonna let out these type of ninjas. They're a menace to society, man. These ninjas went to jail for some of the most heinous crimes in history. They're out of control. Man, the Diddler? That ninja on some wild timing, and he got some of the finest broads in this industry and be slutting them out. So I don't know what this ninja really on. He uses power to take advantage of people, and we don't need people like that to have control of the industry. They're gonna do a lot of stupid shit. So we have to do something about this shit, man. That ninja was hooked on drugs. He was definitely wildin'. So a lot of people are trying to say they're trying to change the narrative so that Diddy can be free. That ninja needed to stay there, man, because they're investigating if Diddy got something to do with Tupac getting killed. More lawsuits are coming out. Let's see what is gonna happen by this shit, man, because shit is just crazy. But it is what it is, man. It's outer space. Have a blessed day.
Diddy is not a freak, okay? The people who worked with Diddy were not freaks. They were not having a freak off. These people were monsters, vile predators doing something that should be unspeakable, unthinkable. You don't get charges for racketeering, assault, trafficking, just because you're a little freaky, just because you like to do adult things in an adult way. You get those charges because you're doing something heinous. In his 14-page indictment, people are caught up on how much baby oil was confiscated from his property. What people aren't talking about was the amount of IV drips that were confiscated from the property, because he was assaulting these people, these women, to the point of dehydration. He was drugging and assaulting them to the point of medical dehydration. That's not freaky. That's evil. That is violent. That is so degrading and debasing to other human beings. And it wasn't just him. He couldn't pull this off by himself. Do you know how many people had to be in on this for it to go on for as long as it has? Do you get that? Do we understand that? We talk about it all the time when these powerful men come down, their enterprises come down, that it's something they can't do alone. They're not doing this by themselves. I hear the jokes and the memes now talking about the baby oil, ha ha ha, no Diddy, none of that. Put a pin in it. Because what happened here is disgusting. It is vile. It is violent. And we need to start treating these actions and these men as such, instead of always trying to make them into a